Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ermaya from 4BC class, English Department, Sriwijaya Polytechnic State. So, today I will present a journal article with the title, The Implementation of Discovery Learning Models in Enhancing Speech Script Writing Skill for Students by Erisari Manah, Vigiati Indar Dewi, Roy Effendi, Suhendra, Muhammad Nurul, and Suharto. Volume number is 13 and issue number is 2. Publication year is 2019, page 145 until 160, so the total is 6 pages. Okay, let's start the presentation. Abstract. This research investigated the use of discovery learning models to enhance students' speech script writing skills. This research aims to focus on the study of the effectiveness and difficulties of discovery learning models to improve students' speech script writing skills. The research applied an experimental method by using tests, observation, and questionnaires for collecting data techniques. The population of this research was students of Islamic Junior High School Syarikat Islam 2, Kalapanunggal. The class of 9B was the experimental class, and a class of 9A was control class. Next is introduction. First of all, I will explain to you about language skills. So language skills are the ability to master the elements of language, but orally and in writing, that consists of listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and the last is writing skills. These 4 language skills are mutually sustainable with each other, starting from the stage of listening, speaking, reading, and the last is writing. And now we will talk about the last stage of language skill, that is writing. What is writing? So, according to the Al-Falki, Klein, and Boscolo, writing can be defined as the language output and aims to share ideas, thoughts, opinions, feelings, persuades, and convince others. The next is why writing skills important for students. Writing skills important for students because writing is the ability to daily use that can increase students' vocabulary mastery and then train students to be able to choose words that must be in a text, because the words in a text must be in accordance with good and correct spelling. The next is train students to finding and transferring ideas to the text, and the last is expanding linguistic and lexical knowledge for students. So the next is what are the obstacles faced by students in writing. Based on information from one of educators in Citranusa Bogor Middle School, the constraints in writing caused by the lack of students' interest in reading, which has an impact on the amount of information and vocabulary that students know. In addition, this also caused by the application of learning strategies that are not appropriate, training that isn't guided, and low motivation to write. Seeing the various obstacles experienced by students, the researcher wanted to try to solve this problem by applying a new learning model named Discovery Learning. It is hoped that it will improve the writing skill of students of Islamic Junior High School Syarikat Islam 2 Kalapanunggal, which is the population of this study. The next is discovery learning. So discovery learning is a teaching model that regulates teaching in such a way that the child acquire knowledge that he does not yet know or not passed through notification, partially or entirely found on his or her own. Discovery learning trains students' cognitive skills to find and solve problems without help from others. so that this learning model is very suitable to be used to improve students' writing skills independently. And because of that, the role of educators in this learning model should not dominate, but only as a facilitator that provide direction for students to think independently about the new concept that they don't know in learning activities. The next is methods. The research is conducted using experimental method that is used to find the effect of certain treatments on others in controlled condition. And the population of this research is the class 9 students of Islamic Boarding School 2, Kalapanunggal, Sukabumi Regency, with 40 people spread in class 9A for 20 people and 9B 20 people. The next is the data collection. So this research used 3 data collection techniques. The first is using pre-test and post-test forms. Pre-test and post-test forms were conducted as a comparison materials to measure the student's ability in writing speech text before and after applying discovery learning. Next is using the questionnaire. This questionnaire is used to assess the extent of students' responses in learning to write the speech text using the discovery learning models. Next is using observation. So the purpose of observation in this study is to measure the process and student learning in class. Next is result and discussion. So this study will compare students' writing skills before and after applying discovery learning models using speech text as the parameter. Picture number 1 is the pretest result in experimental class or 9B class. So as you can see, most of students in this class still on the poor level or low level, with the average score is 53.5, high score is 68, and the lowest is 44. This is caused by the students in this class not being able to explain the meaning of speech text. Picture number 2, post-test result in experimental class. So as you can see on the picture, the student score in the post-test have increased drastically from poor level to a good and very good level. This happened because in the post-test, the researcher provide illustrated image to strengthen the students' understanding so that they can explain the concept of understanding speech text. Even so, they are still lacking in the use of effective sentence, and their spelling is still wrong. And the average score for post-test in this class is 84.3, the highest is 92, and the lowest is 74. Next is picture number 3, pretest result in a control class or 9A class. The score for this class is just the same with the experimental class. They are still on the low level, and the problem that they face is also the same. The students not able to explain the meaning of the speech text. The average score for pretest in this class is 51.4, highest score is 64, and the lowest is 42. Picture number 4, post-test results in control class. The level of students in this class are quite varied. 5% in the poor level, 50% in the poor level, and 35% in good level, and 10% in a very good level. This is because there are still some mistakes in the use of the grammar and vocabulary, as well as the difficulties of transferring ideas into writing. And the average score for control class, post-test in control class is 75.2. The highest is 88 and the lowest is 56. The next is result. So after applying the discovery learning models to 9B and 9A class, it can be concluded that there are two dominant obstacles faced by students while writing a speech text. The first is the constraints of finding and gathering information with a percentage of yes answer of 50%, and the second is the percentage of yes answer of 55% experience problems that are meaning the vocabulary according to the content of the speech text discussed. The researchers argue that in the previous learning, students don't have reading material as a source of ideas in accordance with the theme or topic of speech text discussed. Therefore, when learning with the discovery learning models, students are given the experience to use article as an exercise in collecting and processing data. And the last is conclusion. So, based on the result of research and data analysis from the application of discovery learning models to improve speech text writing skills, it can be concluded on three main points. The first is the application of learning models can improve the speech writing skills marked by change in student scores. And the second is based on the result of the calculation of mean or the average of the experimental class and control class. The application of discovery learning models has proven to be effective in improving speech text writing skills in class 9. Students of Islamic Junior High School Syarikat Islam 2 Kalapanunggal, Sukabumi Regency. And the third is students still have a problem writing text speech through the application of discovery learning models. Okay, so that's all from me. Thanks for your attention and bye-bye!